I knew what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want me and my siblings, as we got older and transitioned into new periods of times or had significant others, for us to drift apart. It seems to be the norm for a lot of families that I've experienced, where as the siblings get older, they tend to not be as involved in each other's life. And back in 2020, I knew that knowing what I don't want does not get me what I do want. So I asked myself, what is it that I want? Well, I want a way for us to stay connected in a way that even if we're in different places geographically, we're still going to be able to know each other and encourage one another and be on each other's side. And I had this idea of us doing a family dinner on a monthly basis. And what I really wanted was to create this environment where we supported each other, where we cared about each other. And especially looking forward to the time when my parents, well, talking about our siblings, when my parents pass away, a lot of times there can be a lot of tension or conflict that can happen within the siblings, and I wanted to be proactive in creating a healthy environment for us to be and to know each other and to care for each other. So then I was thinking about what would I want us as a family to become. I knew I wanted us to genuinely love each other. I knew that we all have a lot going on in our lives, and there was a period of time where I was calling each one of my siblings. I've got 4 siblings on about a monthly basis, and a couple different times I was talking with one of them about something, and then they would go, oh yeah, I'm thinking about doing this thing. And I would go, oh, did you know that this other sibling has already done what you're thinking about doing? Oh, no, I didn't know that. Oh, you should call him or call her. And that happened a couple of times, and I went, oh, that's interesting. We don't all know what each other, because there's 5 of us, there's just a lot going on in each of our lives. And so it made me realize, like, what if there was a way where instead of only one of us hearing the information, we could all hear what's going on. And I was a part of this Tuesday morning group that met at 4 a.m. for the first 6 months of 2020. And there was this really simple question asked me. What if we put as much thought and effort into our family and our marriages as we do our business and our careers? What if we put as much thought and energy and time and money into our family and our marriages as we do our career or our businesses? So then I had this moment where I went, wait a second, I use Zoom all the time. And I had already done that even before COVID and before Zoom was known by everyone. It was kind of a normal part of my life. And I said, what if we just do it once a month on a Wednesday? And I was pretty confident that when we first started, it wasn't going to be perfect. And great things don't happen overnight. They happen over time. And so I went into it with a 36-month mentality and went, it's not going to change instantly. It's going to be probably uncomfortable. And over time, it will become more normal. And a part of that is just knowing our family culture wasn't created overnight, and it's not going to change overnight either. And change for sure isn't easy, and it's also worthwhile. And to create a culture where we speak life and encourage and care for each other, we did that before, and it's just kind of come to a different level. And so once I had the idea, I had the time in my mind, then there's just a lot of like internal conflict or uncertainty. Because I didn't know if it would work. B, I didn't know if any of my siblings or my parents would even want to do this. Even if they did want to do this, what would we do for an hour? And I was initially thinking like I needed to have it all structured out and have each minute planned, and like, you love your family, or I love my family, and also they know all the stupid things that I did when I was 12, and you just have all these things, and I had all these things in my mind. And I also knew that if I didn't start something like this, at some point in the future, I'd look back and go, man, I had that chance to just take that action and move, and I didn't. And I knew that fear, or that like potential future pain, was able to help me push through and just do it anyway. And so now, let's see, we are February of 2020, this is October of 2021, so that's 19 months in at this point, which is pretty crazy, and I'm so grateful for what we've been able to do up until this point. And like, I've had a couple, it's been really cool for me. I've had a couple different family members go like, this has like shifted the culture of our family as a whole. And a part of that is to, like, one of the things that we started doing, or that I had the idea to do, was whenever it's someone's birthday, one of the things that we do is we all go around and share things that we appreciate, love, admire, respect about whoever it is, whoever's birthday it was that month, just as a way to like go, hey, we see you, we see how you're growing, how you love us, and just who you are, and complimenting character. And just been really sweet. And I'm really grateful that we do that. And in the beginning, it was really uncomfortable to do that, actually. And it's been so cool to see how it has become so much more normal over the time. It's been really sweet. Yeah, I've just gotten to see how it was a small step of dreaming of, what could this look like? And then taking the small step and having that courage to take it, and just send that text and go, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing. It's going to be this Wednesday at this time. Can you make it? And I didn't know the outcome. I didn't know if it would even work the first time. And yeah, it's been really cool. And it was literally our second in between our second and third family Zoom that COVID happened in between those two times. So it was really helpful to have this structure already in place of us meeting on a monthly basis, because we were able to kind of connect all at once and go, hey, how's your school? How's your work? What's going on with you? How's this working? And it just created this ability for all of us to hear all the same information at the same time, and to have a better idea of how we can support each other. And probably one of my favorite moments was my older brother David was able to announce that he was engaged to his now wife Sharon, and on that Zoom with all of us present. So it was super cool to be able to like see my mom's reaction and see my sisters, who already pretty much knew, or because they're intuitive, were able to tell. And yeah, just getting to see what a gift that space was, and that was something that I had chosen to create that moment. Like, otherwise we would have gotten a call probably individually, and it still would have been cool. And it was so great to be able to experience that with our entire family all at once. And yeah, I truthfully, I didn't expect starting that to have that be one of the positive effects of having that space to be able to share really cool news like that. And yeah, we've been able to think about more of what kind of values we want to have as a family, and just be able to encourage one another and remind each other of the gifts that we've been given. And so I guess the kind of application or thoughts on this is just that you don't know until you try. And sometimes creating, or I guess that the thing that has been kind of drilled into my mind is to ask, what is it that I do want whenever I'm seeing a like potential future? For me, the potential negative future was I get older and I don't know my siblings as well. And I went, ooh, I hate that future. I don't want that. But knowing what I don't want doesn't get me what I do want. What do I want? I want connection with my siblings. And I want to love and encourage and be a voice of hope for them. And be someone who's in their corner, even if I'm not in the same geographical location. And then I had the idea, and it was messy in the beginning, and it sure was not perfect. And that's okay. And so that was the beginning, and we're 19-ish, 18, 19 months in, yeah, almost a year and a half. And it's shifted from different times, and even different, as different time zones are at play, and yeah, what if we invested as much time, effort, and energy and money into our families and our marriages as we did our business and our careers? A really simple question, but a question that's made a really massive difference in my life and my family's life. So I guess my question, or the potential application for this for you, is really asking, how are you investing into the relationships in your life, whether those are with friends or with your family or with a significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, wife, or husband. And what is the future that you, usually it's easier to think about initially what we don't want, and then you can flip that into what's the opposite of that. What do you want? And think about that, and then what's the small thing that you can do? Is it sending a text and just saying, hey, I love you, thinking about you? Or is it saying something that you're grateful for to someone that you live with? Yeah, those are kind of the applications of that. There's probably a small step that's the right thing to do that gets you closer to that future that you do want. I just encourage you to take that step and remind the people around you that you're grateful for them, because you never know when life can change. So on that, I pray that we would be people who live by faith, that are known by love and are voices of hope, that we would dream great dreams and have the courage to go after them. If you've enjoyed this podcast or this YouTube video, I would greatly appreciate if you drop a like and a comment, or even a review if you're listening to this on Spotify or iTunes or any of those platforms. That really helps me out. And yeah, if you do any of those things, whether that's starting to do a Zoom with your siblings or with your family, or you send a text to someone or give someone a high five, let me know. I'd love to hear how you're actually applying some of these ideas as we're just working to build character and do the small things right over a long period of time. Adios.